few units coming through the MTN taxi rank area in the Johannesburg CBD. And what happened is we had happened to more or less just pull over with them to just see exactly how they will be maintaining, at least trying to maintain some sort of control with the protesters in the area. There were more than 100 protesters who were very antagonistic and more or less very, more or less looking to cause unrest in some way or form. And rocks and stones were being thrown at officers as well as our vehicle on that front. By then we had already exited the vehicle as well as the officers as well. But because there were only 3 units that were with us, there was, protesters were massively outnumbered the police on that front. As we initially had tried to get back into our vehicle, and we had realized that the crowd and the protesters were more or less converging on our vehicle. And with police already getting into their vehicles and driving away, we thought that we'd actually have to leave the vehicle and try to run away and get away on foot, away from the scene as well. And that's more or less when an officer from the Johannesburg Metro Police Department followed us through, picked us up, and then we managed to speed away in more or less his vehicle. But I'm just going to take you through exactly what our vehicle currently looks like. We managed to get through there about 10 minutes later, and what you more or less would be seeing over on the passenger's side door, the windows were completely trashed in. The windscreen had a rock thrown at it. Thankfully it never shattered completely. People, perhaps some of the protesters, had tried to get into the main part of the vehicle to try taking out the radio as well. So it seems that some of the dashboard in the vehicle was also damaged significantly. Something which I would like to point out is just below the handle of the driver's side door, you would see a indentation on the vehicle door, and we had spoken to the officer who had given us a lift to get to some sort of safety, and he mentioned that is a small bullet round. So there is live ammunition being used in the vicinity during this protest as well. So the safety of those who are attending and who are participating, and perhaps even covering, some of the journalists and the police officers are having to deal with the live rounds being used by protesters. Our back windscreen was also shattered in